Yeah, hi. We are here at Tenen's website, and I tried to learn about this thing he's trying to explain, and it's really interesting. For example, here it says the golden spiral, being self similar, always circles itself and mirrors itself and its own image. If you check your classics, you will find that this matches the self description of Narcissus. Narcissus worships himself in his reflection, self similarity, in his own image. It is ironic indeed that the plagiarist should be so attracted to the symbol of self love, the golden spiral. I am not referring to the golden proportion, which is of enormous and proper significance. I am only referring to the golden spiral. Further, the Western Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, are based on the idea of one God and the utter refutation of idolatry. It is absurd for the plagiarist to propose that the ancient Western sacred alphabets are based on a golden spiral, because that, in fact, would make them the most horrendous of idols to the persons who used these alphabets. Again, his incompetence makes my work look foolish among experts who know. The golden spiral is not only technically unsound, is not only anachronistic, but it is also directly philosophically opposed to the beliefs of the persons whom the plagiarist claims made use of it. It is, in fact, the archetype of narcissism and idolatry. I can provide numerous academic and mathematical references that discuss the foolishness of the persistence of cult-like belief in the resurrective powers of the golden spiral. The plagiarist's linkage of the golden spiral with immortality is also, like the rest of what here presents, I don't know who, taken from others and represented as his own. The history of the use of the golden spiral to seduce persons into believing that they can be immortal is well documented. So, I use other people things as well in the next picture. I made a picture. This one, a collage of different things. Uh, let's start somewhere. Just let me explain quickly. Let's start in the middle, for example. This picture, the original picture is one I made, or like it's a screenshot from a video from the La Palma eruption, where we have this kind of wind structure. Obviously. So, and it has this ring here. And since we know that the weather is electrical, we know that the flow, the energy is going both ways. Furthermore, here down we have a Birkeland current. This might be a cosmical Birkeland current, which bears already ingredients. In the middle we have iron, silica, magnesium, then carbon and sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and helium. Probably so on and so forth. Here, it's basically Scatterman. The energy is going in the middle, and it makes this vortex structure, which is the same thing as here. But if you would look at this from either above or below, it would look like this. And to some extent like that, if you would watch somewhere from here. And this is a picture once I made with this wind structure here. It's here in the middle. Basically a C pinch Same principle. And we have a geoid here. Really nicely blended in with my superficial ID skills. So, and here we have the donut with the spiral. So, and also that I wanted to show that 17 days old or something. Mysterious new substance possibly discovered inside Earth's core. The planet's core could be a mushy mix of solid and liquid. Hence, it might be a sea pinch. So now, by breaking down singularity with minimum first distinction, you end up with all there is. The donut, if you have space, and if you put a sphere of the same material inside that space, it will dissolve in the whole. There will be just one because there's no distinction made. But if you blow, like it's told in the Bible, God spoke, blew, and it created. The donut shape is the thing, because it's the first structure there is. If you blow into some whatever gas, it will form this donut shape. It's the first and most simple distinction. And the Hebrew letter is just a line from that form, which is creating the alphabet. And I also want to point out the Sapphire project. They basically only have electricity to work with, and they created all kinds of elements. So it's the energy flowing through, and Scatterman and galaxies and atoms and all these, they are just this kind of basically vortices which sustain themselves through the sacred equilibrium to keep the spark alive, so to say, to keep the spark inside, within, let's say, the donut or the apple or whatever, or the storm in La Palma, this tornado-like structure where we had this kind of sea pinch-like thing. It was really interesting. I made videos about that. And I just tried to compare like what I stumbled upon recently, this Tenen. And a bit before the electric universe and these kind of things, what I learned much about. And I somehow tried to compare if there would be any contradiction between those. Because it would be really interesting if there would be. What are they? Why do we have contradictions in the first place? But obviously, if you look at this, these are just a few pictures or just a few things which work basically in a similar way. Like the donut. Like here we have a donut and here we have a donut. There is energy going through that donut. That's why we have the donut. The electric energy creates the magnetic fields. What do your thoughts and the clouds in the sky have in common? Electricity keeps them together. That's really interesting. Yeah, I will try to put some links below to these things on this picture. You can I suggest to you or recommend to read for yourself and think for yourself, because what do I know? For me, it's just like really amazing. That's what. No contradiction between those two things, in a way. The Hebrew alphabet and Bertrand currents and plasma physics. Amazing! And the apple, Swiss guard, protecting Vatican secret with the apple. Don't watch inside. You probably would understand things they don't want you to understand. Probably there's also some deep rooting from the kingshipness, the blue bloods and the Vatican keeping the secrets and then creating a new myth about an apple which drops on someone's head. And his guy's name was Newton, so we just figure out a new paradigm. Gravity. And also make a business out of science, which is probably called scientism. I don't know. Very often it seems that they really don't want to figure out because they just don't want to, because there would be nothing to work for them anymore. Where's the money come from? Like, you know? Yeah, we figured it out. Yeah, okay, let's go home. Really interesting. But I'll leave it here. Yeah. I was a little bit playing around with pictures. Thanks. Bye.